Hello, I'm Aleph from the Dark Arts Diaries. Today we are going to discuss about white and black magic and what is all the fuss about, so, without wasting any time, we will jump into the topic right away. White magic, healing, protection, and positive intentions. White magic is traditionally associated with altruistic purposes and is often seen as a benign form of magic. Its practices and rituals are centered around healing, protection, benevolence, and the upliftment of others. This form of magic is deeply rooted in the belief of working in harmony with the natural world, respecting the balance of nature, and ensuring that no harm comes to others through its practice. The practitioners of white magic often adhere to a moral code that is akin to a Hippocratic oath in magic, to not only do good but also to prevent harm. This ethos is deeply ingrained in various cultures and spiritual beliefs, ranging from modern neo-pagan traditions to ancient shamanic practices. White magic is often linked with nature worship, the celebration of life, and the veneration of deities or forces that embody positivity and growth. Historically, white magic has been practiced for healing illnesses, warding off negative energies, blessing crops for a good harvest, and for protection against malevolent forces. Its methods can include the use of herbs, crystals, amulets, and rituals that align with specific phases of the moon or natural cycles. The intentions behind these practices are what fundamentally categorize them as white magic. In many cultures, white magic is not just seen as a set of practices but as a way of living. It encourages a harmonious relationship with the environment and promotes a deep understanding of the interconnectedness of all things. This form of magic often requires a deep understanding of natural laws and a respect for the balance of the universe. Black magic, malevolence, and personal gain. In stark contrast, black magic is typically associated with malevolent intentions and personal gain, often at the expense of others. It is characterized by the use of supernatural forces to manipulate, harm, or control situations, individuals, or natural processes. Black magic is often seen as a violation of the natural order and is commonly linked with negative energies and dark forces. Practitioners of black magic may engage in curses, hexes, voodoo, and other forms of spell casting that aim to bring about specific outcomes, regardless of the harm it may cause. This form of magic is often driven by intentions such as revenge, envy, hatred, or the desire for power. In many cultures, black magic is feared and shunned, viewed as a practice that goes against ethical and moral principles. Historically, black magic has been a topic of fascination and fear, often surrounded by a sense of mystery and taboo. It has been depicted in folklore, mythology, and literature as a powerful but dangerous tool, wielded by individuals who seek to subvert the natural order for their own ends. In some cultures, black magic is linked with the worship of malevolent deities or the summoning of demonic entities. The practice of black magic can involve rituals that are considered dark or forbidden, including necromancy, divination, and the conjuring of spirits. These practices are often conducted in secrecy due to their controversial nature and the social stigma attached to them. Ethical and moral implications. The distinction between white and black magic lies not only in their practices, but also in the ethical and moral implications of their use. White magic aligns with the principles of doing no harm and contributing positively to the world, whereas black magic often disregards these principles in pursuit of personal objectives. The intention behind the use of magic is a critical factor in determining its nature. While white magic seeks to work within the laws of nature and for the benefit of all, black magic often seeks to bend or break these laws for individual gain. In summary, white and black magic represent two sides of the same coin in the realm of mystical practices. While both draw upon supernatural forces, their intentions and methods diverge significantly, reflecting the dual nature of human ethics and the ongoing struggle between benevolence and malevolence in human history and culture. Ethical foundations of white magic. White magic is often guided by a strong ethical framework that emphasizes the importance of not causing harm. This principle, reminiscent of the Hippocratic oath in medicine, underscores a commitment to benevolence and the well-being of others. Practitioners of white magic often abide by the tenet of do no harm, ensuring that their actions and rituals are intended for positive outcomes such as healing, protection, and general goodwill. This moral code is not merely a guideline, but serves as the foundational ethos for the practice of white magic. It is a reflection of a deeper philosophical and spiritual understanding that every action has consequences, and thus, care must be taken to avoid causing unintended harm. This approach is deeply rooted in a respect for the interconnectedness of all beings in the natural world. White magic practitioners often engage in self-reflection and ethical deliberation before performing any magical act. They consider the wider implications of their actions, not only on the immediate subject of their magic but on the broader ecosystem of energy and life. This sensitivity to the ripple effects of their actions reinforces a responsible approach to magic. Contrasting ethical perspectives in black magic. In contrast, black magic is often practiced with fewer ethical considerations, focusing instead on the achievement of a specific outcome, regardless of the potential harm to others or even to the practitioner themselves. This form of magic is driven by intentions that can be self-serving, such as personal gain, revenge, or exerting control over others. The lack of a moral compass in black magic allows practitioners to engage in practices that are considered taboo or harmful in many cultures. This can include curses, hexes, and other forms of manipulative magic. The ethical disregard in black magic is not just a matter of intention, but also manifests in the methods and rituals employed, which often involve the manipulation of energies and entities in ways that can be disruptive or harmful. The practice of black magic without ethical constraints raises numerous concerns. It not only poses risks to the targets of such magic, but also to the practitioners themselves. Engaging in such practices can lead to a host of negative consequences, including psychological and spiritual harm. The manipulation of dark energies or malevolent forces can have unintended and often detrimental effects. The role of ethics in magical practices. The divergent ethical approaches in white and black magic highlight the role of personal responsibility and moral judgment in the practice of magic. Ethics in magic is not merely a set of rules, but a comprehensive understanding of the impact one's actions have on the world. It involves a conscious choice to either adhere to principles that promote harmony and well-being or to disregard these principles for personal ends. In white magic, ethics serve as a guiding light, ensuring that the practice remains aligned with principles of harmony, balance, and the greater good. In black magic, the lack of ethical consideration reflects a different worldview, where the ends justify the means, regardless of the moral implications. In conclusion, the ethical considerations in white and black magic are reflective of a broader philosophical divide. While white magic upholds a moral framework that emphasizes non-harm and positive intentions, black magic often operates outside these ethical boundaries, focusing on outcomes without regard for potential harm. This distinction underscores the importance of ethics in magical practices and the responsibility of practitioners to consider the broader impact of their actions. Risks in white magic. Unintended consequences of good intentions. White magic is often perceived as safer due to its alignment with positive energies and benevolent intentions. Practices under this category typically aim to heal, protect, or bring about positive outcomes, and they are grounded in an ethical approach that emphasizes harmlessness. However, even with good intentions, the practice of white magic is not without its risks. One of the primary risks in white magic arises from the complexity of intention and outcome. Despite the best intentions, the practitioner might inadvertently cause unintended consequences. This is often due to a lack of understanding of the situation's complexity, or an underestimation of the interconnectedness of actions and outcomes in the energetic realm. For instance, a spell cast for healing someone without their knowledge or consent may interfere with their personal journey or karmic lessons. Additionally, the practitioner's personal energy and state of mind play a significant role in the effectiveness and safety of white magic. If a practitioner is not in a balanced state or carries unresolved issues, these can inadvertently influence the magic performed, leading to unintended results. This underscores the importance of self-awareness and regular self-purification practices for those who engage in white magic. Higher risks in black magic. Negative repercussions. Black magic, characterized by its alignment with malevolent intentions or the manipulation of energies for personal gain, inherently carries higher risks. These risks are not just external but also deeply affect the practitioner's mental, emotional, and physical well-being. Mentally and emotionally, engaging in black magic can lead to a range of negative states, such as paranoia, obsession, and a distorted sense of power. The practice often requires tapping into and manipulating darker energies, which can have a profound impact on the practitioner's psyche. Over time, this exposure can lead to a desensitization towards unethical behaviors and a disconnect from one's moral compass. Physically, the strain of dealing with potent and often volatile energies can manifest as ailments or unexplained symptoms. Practitioners of black magic might find themselves experiencing physical exhaustion, unexplained pains, or other health issues as a direct or indirect result of their practices. In addition to personal risks, black magic poses significant dangers to others who might be targeted by such practices. The use of curses, hexes, or spells aimed at controlling or harming others can have serious implications. These actions can cause energetic imbalances, emotional distress, or even physical harm to the targeted individuals. The ripple effect of such practices can extend far beyond the immediate target, potentially impacting others connected to them. Karmic implications and ethical responsibility. Both white and black magic practices carry karmic implications. In white magic, unintended negative consequences can accrue karmic debt, despite the initial positive intention. In black magic, the deliberate intent to cause harm or manipulate often leads to significant karmic repercussions for the practitioner. The ethical responsibility in magical practice is paramount. Practitioners must be aware of the potential impact of their actions, both seen and unseen. This responsibility extends to continuously educating oneself about the energies involved, maintaining a state of personal balance, and being mindful of the ethical implications of one's actions. In conclusion, while white magic is generally considered safer due to its positive alignment, it is not without risks, primarily related to unintended consequences. Black magic, on the other hand, carries inherent risks that significantly impact the practitioner and others. These risks underscore the importance of ethical considerations, self-awareness, and the understanding of the interconnected nature of all actions in the practice of magic. White magic, roots in nature-centric traditions. White magic has historically been intertwined with traditions that venerate the natural world and its cycles. These practices can be traced back to ancient pagan beliefs, where the forces of nature were revered and celebrated. Pagan traditions across various cultures worship deities representing elements of nature, such as the sun, moon, earth, water, and air. Rituals and ceremonies in these traditions were often designed to align with natural cycles, such as solstices, equinoxes, and phases of the moon, reflecting a deep respect for the rhythms of the natural world. Shamanic practices, found in many indigenous cultures around the globe, also contributed significantly to the development of what is known today as white magic. Shamanism involves a deep connection with the spiritual aspects of nature, where shamans act as intermediaries between the physical world and the spiritual realm. They engage in rituals for healing, divination, and protecting their communities, often employing a deep knowledge of herbal medicines and the energetic properties of natural elements. Throughout history, these nature-centric practices were not just about the manipulation of energies or the casting of spells, but were deeply embedded in the cultural fabric, shaping the worldview and ethical frameworks of societies. White magic, as practiced in these traditions, was a way to maintain balance and harmony within the community and the natural world. Black magic, association with the occult and forbidden practices. In contrast, black magic has often been linked with the occult and practices that were forbidden or demonized by mainstream religions and society. The term occult itself means hidden or secret, and it encompasses a range of practices and beliefs that delve into the mysterious and the unknown. Black magic, in this context, is often associated with the pursuit of power and knowledge that is beyond the bounds of what is considered acceptable or moral in many societies. Throughout history, black magic has been a subject of fear and fascination. In medieval Europe, for instance, the fear of witchcraft and black magic led to witch hunts and trials. These events were often fueled by religious and societal fears of the unknown and the misunderstood. Practices that were considered black magic, such as spell casting, summoning spirits, or necromancy, were often condemned as heresy and witchcraft by the dominant religious authority. In various cultures, black magic was often seen as a path to power, involving the invocation of spirits or deities considered malevolent or dangerous. These practices were typically shrouded in secrecy, and were often the domain of a select few who were willing to delve into these forbidden arts. Cultural perceptions and transformations. The perceptions and manifestations of both white and black magic have transformed over time, influenced by cultural, religious, and societal changes. In some modern contexts, the distinction between white and black magic has become less clear, with an increased focus on the individual practitioner's intentions and ethical stance. In contemporary times, there has been a resurgence of interest in ancient magical practices, often reinterpreted within modern spiritual frameworks. This has led to a more nuanced understanding of both white and black magic, recognizing them not just as historical artifacts but as living traditions that continue to evolve. In summary, the cultural and historical contexts of white and black magic are deeply embedded in the ancient traditions and beliefs of societies around the world. While white magic is often rooted in nature-centric practices and shamanism, black magic has historically been associated with the occult and forbidden practices. These forms of magic reflect the diverse ways in which humans have sought to understand and interact with the unseen forces of the universe, shaped by cultural, religious, and societal influences. Positive psychological effects of white magic. White magic, with its focus on healing, protection, and positive intentions, can have several beneficial psychological effects. One of the primary benefits is a sense of empowerment. Practitioners often feel a heightened sense of control over their lives and circumstances, deriving from the belief that they can influence their reality through magical means. This sense of agency can be particularly empowering in situations where individuals feel helpless or disempowered by external circumstances. Another significant psychological benefit of white magic is the deep connection it fosters with nature and the universe. This connection can lead to a profound sense of belonging and purpose. Many white magic traditions emphasize the interconnectedness of all things and the importance of living in harmony